All right, it is early AF in the morning. As you can see, I've got a full moon still out behind me. It's about 5:30. I am all ready to go. I'm about to take an awesome bike ride here to the archery range. It's about 10 miles away. I'm gonna shoot 5 arrows and then I'm gonna ride 10 miles back. This is part 1 of my daily training routine because I am getting fit in my 40s. Here we go. Morning. That's my one friend. The only other person that's up at this time in the morning on the bike path. I think she rides as far as I do, but she goes in the opposite direction. No idea what her name is, but she seems cool. Woo! Here we go. So this is it. Off-road now, on the range, riding up to my spot. I am the only one out here. Everybody in their cars just sitting. Occasionally there's a guy on an electric bicycle. He's got arrows that light up so he can see them in the dark, and that's pretty cool. Pretty high tech, but he's not here yet either, so I get to be the first. All right, so the first thing I do, take off my gauntlet so that I can work, unsling my bag and unpack my bow and arrows, string my bow, and then, yeah, you really can't see anything out there even with the flash on. But there's a row of hay bales all the way down at different settings. They start at 10 yards, they go to 20, they go to 40, they go to 50. I think out there is 80 and 100. I have not really shot at those yet because I like to stick to the close range stuff, especially when I can't really see my arrows this early in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna string it up and we'll get going. In the background, you can see the 405 there. Traffic is already starting to snarl up here. It's just such a pleasure to be on my bicycle when so many people are trying to plow through on the roads. All right, so when it comes to putting my bow together, I've got the handle here, it's got 2 bolts. I've got 2 limbs. Essentially all you're doing here is unscrewing your bolt, popping on a limb, putting the bolt right back there in that hole, and tightening it back up again. We'll do that for both sides. We've got an Allen wrench to get it nice and tight, and then we'll string it. All right, to string your bow. You can use a bow stringer if you want. I do that for my heavier bows, but this is a really lightweight bow, and so I don't really need one for this. You're gonna have 2 loops. One of them is going to be longer than the other. Take that longer one, slide it over the top, and a nice way down the shaft. You bring your shorter one back around to the other end, and lay that one in line the way it's supposed to be. Now the only trick is to just slide this up and notch it in the notch. And there are a couple of tricks to do this. You just stick your leg through the bow, your other leg behind the other end. You can get a nice bend on your bow. You can pretty easily slide your string right into place. And that's it. Ready to go. All right, let's see what I shot here. I'm on the 20-yard range this morning, And you know, for not being able to actually see where my arrows are flying this early, I think that's a pretty decent grouping. I gotta tell you, there's something just so zen about using archery to get yourself focused in the morning. 5 shots is plenty. I see a lot of people come out here and spend the day. I wish I had that much time, just shooting volley after volley of 12 arrows before you come to collect, but I don't. This is how I get my fitness in, and archery really lets me focus my mind and my body early in the morning so that the rest of my day goes really, really well and right on track. I've collected my arrows. Now it is time to unstring my bow. Just do the same thing I did to string it, but in reverse. Pack up my bag and hit the road to go home. And I'll tell you, it's much easier to ride, you know, 10 miles is what I do in each direction, when you have a destination that you're excited about and that helps your day. So yeah, pro tip, if you're gonna push yourself in the early mornings, if you need to get motivated to come up and do the hard work to get yourself fit, especially if you're in your 40s like me, it helps to have an awesome motivation at the end of that long ride. Something cool to do, something you really enjoy, and something that helps you find your own zen. Oh, and by the way, electric bike guy is there. He always shoots at the 100-yard range, which I just find freaking incredible. Maybe on my way out, I'll show you some glowing arrows if he's got those set up this morning. It's a little light now. He's usually here a little earlier. Here he goes. See, it's not lit up until it fires. See that? The nocks of his arrows light up. That is just so freaking cool. This guy has all the gear, I'm telling you. Pretty neat. Alright, while I'm here at the range, I also like to do some jumping of rope, which I am terrible at, but is excellent exercise. Well, I told you I'm terrible at this. Practice makes perfect. All right, another pro tip after a long ride like that or a long workout, what you want to do is bring yourself a different shirt to put on so that you're not sopping wet on your ride home. I also have my second headband, which I'm going to use to listen to some tunes on the way back and get myself stoked for the ride. Here we go. Yeah, we've reached that time of day where the cars are basically a parking lot all the way down the 405. And I'm about to ride. Suckers. See ya. Good morning. There's also a short range. I don't use it very often. This guy's getting me in now. People like to joke that the LA River doesn't have any water in it. And in some places that's actually true. But here, right next to this crazy busy road, a piece of serenity. And this is what it's all about, these moments in the morning when you're alone, out on your ride. This is the motivation. This is what gets me up. This is what gets me going. It's just absolutely peaceful. In spite of all the Los Angeles chaos, there's this moment of peace. I'm gonna take the off-road path today. The cool thing about this park is you've got options. There are bike trails that go all throughout it. But today I'm gonna ride by the river. Or should I say, my awesome bike path that parallels the streets. Alright, I'm back. It's about 7:15, so that was a little under 2 hours. Nearly 20 miles. So counting in that I actually stopped to shoot my arrows, set up my bow, break down my bow, I was definitely going over 10 miles an hour average on that ride, in case you're curious. And I feel great. This was fantastic morning exercise. And I will tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing to get fit in my 40s in part 2. See you then.